This is my review of Gran Turismo 5 for the PlayStation 3. I had it already before, but for some reason my video length is too long. I used my webcam from the laptop I have. It looked worse, so it's actually better for my cheap phone here with the camera. So I'll go ahead and review it this way. But anyway, this is B spec. I'm not actually driving. It's driving for me. It's the Red Bull car that has 1482 horsepower, I believe, and it's a really fast car. It's going like 250 some odd miles per hour there. But the thing that sucks about B spec on this game is it takes way too freaking long. You gotta wait for an hour or so for the B spec to complete. It's really stupid. They should have made the laps the same amount of laps as when you do it A spec, but that's just my opinion. But a cool game. You can actually make tracks for other players to play online. I have some online games that I'm gonna go ahead and play with this, but for now I'm just doing B spec, letting him. The B spec guy I have is M. Omore, and I have him all decked out with green and black clothing, but he's obviously easily passing these other cars, no problem. And I can change the viewpoint. There's first person, and there's him driving, which is pretty cool. It'd be pretty awesome to have this car. I hear it's illegal, being that it makes it to where the breeze, the wind from when you're driving so fast, it makes the car stay so low to the ground that it actually makes it go faster in the car. But I mean, even with probably 300 horsepower, you can make a car with this design go really fast. But this car has 1482 horsepower. It's like unheard of. I won this car in a race that I did. Maybe a group of races that I did. But it's a pretty fast car. So for my next video, maybe I'll try something else. But for now, that's B spec there. Here's the B spec again. I have it from the bird's eye view. And if you look around the car so you can see the front and see the back, I do like the bird's eye view quite a bit. This car is way freaking fast. I actually prefer it that we're doing B spec now, because first of all, when I'm recording this way with my camera phone, I can't really play too well because I am only allowed one hand, and it's very hard to play games one-handed, almost impossible. But anyway, you got different views for Gran Turismo 5. You got the bird's eye. You got the first, or no, this is from the outside. I forget what they call this view. You got first person outside the cockpit, and then you got first person inside the cockpit. And then you got another first person view. But my view when I'm actually racing myself as the A spec, I always prefer this kind of view. And then of course you can always look behind you to see what's going on. But obviously, you know, I don't know if you can tell, but this car is way fast. It's going 250 miles an hour there. It's got to go around a turn here. But anyway, next view, maybe I'll have something else. Well, this is Gran Turismo 5, and I pit the Laguna Seca Corvette against the Viper because there's been a lot of talk about that on YouTube, at least for the newest one. I think 2012, the 2010 I think Corvette ZR1 against the 2012 Viper. Well, I pit the 2006 Z06 Corvette against the SRT10 2006 Viper. And from what I see on this Gran Turismo 5 game, the Viper is actually better. It's more loose of a car, but if you know how to control it, like around turns, if you just like let it be loose and just like guide it around the turns and everything, it's actually a bit quicker. and it's more of a race car than the Corvette is. So if you know what you're doing, at least according to this game, you can make it better. I almost actually beat my best time by half a second. So I would have done Laguna Seca in 1 minute 31 seconds and something, but I ended up just doing 132, just under. I think it's 132.1, I think, but it's just under the Corvette. The Corvette was 132.5. So yeah, this is me doing the Viper a little bit, but after this recording, I'll go ahead and go back to the Corvette if I can. I don't know if I can go back to that. But I don't know, the Viper looks cooler. It's more low to the ground. It's more wide. It just looks cooler. It looks more awesome. Corvette, you know, is a cool looking car, but this Viper, from the tail end, it looks pretty awesome. So when it comes to looks, I would actually go for the Viper anyway. And I was actually preferring the Corvette from what I've read and what I saw in the video regarding this. I think his name is Johnny, who drove both cars, but and he broke the record for a production car on Laguna Seca for both Corvette and Viper when they made the new TA Viper. But I don't know, this Viper is pretty awesome. So let's see if I can get back to the Corvette. Yep, there's me sliding around. I ain't perfect. Now, I don't know if you can see or not, but I actually beat the Viper by pretty much a second. A little bit less than a second with the Corvette, but this is my second run, so it's obvious that I would, you know, go ahead and do that. If I were to do the Viper again, then I'm sure I would beat this Corvette. Anyway, the Corvette's more of a sturdy car. It's like more sturdy. It's more like right there in the lane, you know, whereas the Viper is more loose. So the Viper, you actually have more control, even though if you don't know what you're doing, the Corvette's a better car to drive, but the Viper actually gives you more ability to move it around. But anyway, the Viper, in my opinion, is actually more fun to drive because it gives you more, you know, more leverage as far as, you know, where to put the car. Although the Corvette's, you know, a pretty cool car, but I don't know. In my opinion, the Viper's better. The Viper's more contoured, loose, and just it's not easier to drive, but it's more fun to drive. So, based on this, 2006 Z06 to the SRT10, I'd get the Viper if I had the money. But anyway, yeah, there's I think it was Motor Trend. They had Johnny doing Laguna Seca with the Viper against the ZR1 Corvette, and they were pretty close to each other. These two are pretty close. I have them all stock. The only difference is they both have medium racing tires, but they both have the same tires. And I just kept them stock. I didn't put any additions on them or anything like that. I just kept them stock. And anyway, the Corvette's pretty nice, but in my opinion, the Viper's better. From the 2006, basically. So 2006 Z06 versus the SRT10 Viper. The Corvette, I think, had 400 and no, they both have like 500 horsepower. So they're both pretty close, just like the ones that they had, you know, here in 2013 or 2013 with the ZR10, the ZR1 versus the new Viper in 2013. That's it. Thank you. So like I predicted, I actually beat the Corvette best time by about a second. The Corvette was 131.208 and the Viper is 130.406, so I knew I'd be able to beat it by about a second. So they're kind of back and forth, but the Viper is just more fun to drive. It's I'd rather, you know, according to this Gran Turismo 5 game, the 2006 SRT10 against the 2006 Z06. The Z06 is like just more like just there, you know, whereas the Viper is more loose and moves around, and it's just a lot more fun to drive, and it looks cooler. The back end looks better. It's lower to the ground. It's a lower car. As far as the back end, it looks lower to the ground, and it's wider, and it just looks more awesome. I mean, it looks awesome, you know. Looks like a Viper. But anyway, like I said in the beginning, I thought the Corvette was best, but I actually prefer the Corvette, but the Viper, in my opinion, is just better. So I'm going to record another section, being that my recording is going to go up here in a little bit. So there I'm again in the Viper. I colored it like the old GTS with the blue and the blue with the white stripes. That's the most popular coloring of the old GTS, I think, in I'm not sure which year, but it was the GTS that was colored like this. Right now the Viper usually is red, I think, but this was a cool color in my opinion. And of course on the Corvette, if you saw my video, it was yellow. Yellow, I think, is a good color for a Corvette. But for Viper, yeah, blue with white stripes, good color. So I wouldn't mind having this car. This car is pretty awesome, even though it's not the newest Viper. Although I wouldn't be able to afford it, but the SRT10, that would be a nice car to have. And based on how this car drives, I would have a lot of fun with it. Although I'd get in a lot of trouble. But yeah, cool stuff. Alright, late.